Join me as I turn this into this, my double hoop wall hanging. Hello craft friends, welcome to Social Crafts. I am Casey Lum. I'm here with me and the baby girl. So today I'm going to show you how to make my amazing, beautiful double hoop wall art. Can you see it? It's pretty freaking cute, right? It's really easy. It's not that many materials, and it's something to just hang on your wall, have it be so beautiful. It looks like it's store-bought, but you made it, right? So if you've ever seen my videos before, you know that I love to show you them and fast forward in case you're short on time. And if you do have time, stick around after and I give you a whole supply list and links if you need to go buy anything, and a slower tutorial to show you how to achieve this craft. So let's show it to you and fast forward first. So welcome back. If this is your first time here, Social Crafts is all about posting crafts, obviously that you could do individually, but that are great for craft parties. So whether it's a kids craft party, a party with you and your girls, that is what Social Crafts is all centered around, is doing crafts as a craft party. Of course, like I said, you can do them by yourself, you do them individually, they're just as fun that way. Also, if this is your first time here, I post a new video every Wednesday, so please consider supporting by subscribing below. You can ring the little bell icon, you can press the little bell icon, and you'll be notified anytime I post a new video. So every Wednesday I post a new video, so I hope that you will join us. So without further ado, let me show you what you need for this craft. So you'll need 2 rings. One is a 10-inch ring and one is a 6-inch ring. So these are gold rings. So all of the supplies are listed in the description below. For easy ordering, you can get them shipped straight to you and then get started on this craft. So if you don't have these things, everything's listed in the description below. So you need the 2 rings, 6-inch and a 10-inch. You need a good amount of string, and this one is listed in the description below. You'll need some scissors. You'll need some sort of like jar, bowl that you're gonna dye the ends of your string in. So I use just like kind of a big bowl like this, and you'll need some sort of dye. So I used RIT powder dye, and I actually used black for this, and just, it turned out almost like a purple or like a dusty gray blue. So I'm sure if I dyed it longer, it would have been very black. But this technique I did was like I actively moved it up and down to get the fade of the dye, and it actually turned out kind of purple when I really liked it. So I actually used black RIT dye for that. Optional things that you need are super glue. You don't need it in any way, but it does help on one part. And then a hanger to hang it while you're making it. So that's just some optional things that you can use for this craft. So that's really all you need. And without further ado, let me show you the tutorial on how to do this craft. So first we're going to cut 25 pieces of string about 65 inches long. That's how long I do it. You can of course do it however long you want to do it, but we are going to cut 25 pieces of string 65 inches long. Once you have that done, you can clear your area of the string and the scissors and grab your 2 hoops, 2 gold hoops. Just take one of the strings that you cut and you can push away the others, clearing your workspace.
With that one string, you're going to go under both of the hoops. And at this point, we're going to wrap the hoops together so they stay together. Make sure the ends are even and you have the center of the string on the hoops. And you're just going to tie a single knot. Once you've done that, we're going to wrap the hoops together. So go under the hoop and crisscross the strings. So right here under the hoop, and crisscross the strings and pull them up to the top. Then you're going to go on top of the hoop, crisscross the strings again, and go under the hoop. And keep doing that. Keep wrapping the hoop with both strings until you get a good amount. I would say I normally do this till I have about 1 inch to 1.5 inches. And you keep wrapping this. When you wrap it, you want to pull it tight and you want to make sure the hoops stay next to each other instead of on top of each other. And pull it tight, and you want to keep pulling it tight as you wrap, and then the last knot is going to be very tight as well. So keep doing this. I kind of scrunch them together as well. Kind of scrunch them so that the strings are really close together and tight. And then when you're happy with how much you've wrapped, go ahead and decide on what is going to be your front and back. And on the back, make a double knot. And again, like I said, make a really tight double knot so it stays next to each other and the hoops don't go on top of each other. Then this is an optional step. I like to super glue the knot so it stays in place. And then I can also, when I super glue the knot, I can also cut the strings super close to the knot and not worry about it unraveling. But if you don't have super glue, don't worry at all. You don't have to do that step. So cut off the remaining ends, and the side with the knot is going to be your back side. So you'll want to flip it to the front side eventually. Now we're going to make the string that you will hang your wall hanging from. Think about how long you want the loop about and cut off the remaining, or you can make the knot in the loop and then cut off remaining, either way. And then you put the two ends together and you make an overhand knot. An overhand knot will give you a loop on one end and a knot on the other end. So place the loop on the top where you want to hang it from, reach through the loop, pull the knotted end through and pull tight. And if you didn't see that, go ahead and rewind it so you can see it again.
So you then want to find a place to be able to hang it so you can work on the long strands of this piece. I have a handy dandy hook right here that I'm going to use. If you don't have a hook, you can always use like a hanger and put it around the hanger and then hook it to the back of a door or a chair and then work with the rest of your art piece that way. So that's a little trick that you can do if you don't have something like this of where you can work with the rest of your artwork. So what we're gonna do is then we have 24 more pieces of string. We're gonna do 12 pieces on here and 12 pieces on here. And let me show you how it's done. So take one of your pieces of string. You wanna just fold it in half. Make sure the ends are straight. So you have a loop at the top like this. You're then going to place the loop over the ring like this. Reach your fingers through the loop and then pull the ends of the string through it. Like so. And you're going to do that for 12 pieces. Loop over the ring, put your fingers through the loop, grab the two ends, and pull through. And you can pull them down tight.
So do this for the remaining 10 strings onto this ring, and you'll have a total of 12 strings on this ring, and then you'll go to the smaller ring.
All right, and then next, we're gonna do 12 on here. Same technique, making sure the ends meet. There's a loop at the top. Put the loop on the small ring, reach through the loop, down and grab the ends of your string and pull. And as for now, you can just place all the strings onto the small loop, not worrying about placement because you can slide them around after. Okay, so we have 12 on here and 12 on here. And I just like to push them, pull them tight, and then push them towards each other so they meet. So these strings meet these strings. And as you can see, I don't know if you can see in this video, but the ends will be a little bit uneven because these ones are higher than the others. And so you can trim if you want these to be even, or you can even do a V shape. You can trim them and then you can fray them a little bit at the end. And even if you like just the plain string as is, you can be done at this point. Like, you don't have to dye the ends. But if you want to dye the ends, I'm going to show you how. There's two ways to do it. The first technique is really, one is to wet all your strings so the dye moves throughout the string. So it's not just one harsh line, unless you want one harsh line. There's a few different ways you can do it. You can do it so you're dipping it into, like maybe if you don't wet these and you do want a harsh line, you can dip it into the dye all the way up to here, then move it to here, and then move it to here. So then you have 3 hard lines and they get gradually darker because this will be in the dye the longest, the bottom. The other way that I like to do it is I like to wet the strings, because if you wet the strings, the water will act as an agent to help the dye move up and down and kind of make this blended look. So there's 2 ways to do it. If you want a blended but still kind of a harsh line, you can wet the strings and then just place your strings about halfway into the dye and let it kind of move gradually as is. The other way is, I like to call it active dyeing, is when you wet the strings. Same thing, wet the strings so the water is used as an agent to help move the dye throughout the strings. And then I like to keep dipping I keep the ends in the dye, but I keep dipping it throughout in different variations. So then it's not this harsh line. So then it's like this blended dye that goes throughout this whole thing. So that's a few different ways you can dye, and I'm gonna just show you some pictures on how to do that.
You'll see in this picture on the left-hand side is me wetting the string and then putting it into the dye and letting the dye naturally creep up into the string. The right side is me actively, after I wet the string, actively moving the string up and down so the dye doesn't have a harsh line. So you then get a jar that you don't mind dyeing in, and you're gonna fill it with hot water. Then you're gonna add the dye to the hot water. Stir it around with a plastic utensil or something that you don't mind getting dirty. And you are going to use whatever dyeing technique you want to. You might want to cover your work area, it gets a little messy. Once you have achieved the dye that you like, go ahead and hang it up to dry.
So I hope your craft turned out so amazing. If you did this or any variation of this craft, I always love to see it. So if you could post it and tag me at Social Crafts, that's the @ Social Crafts, or even just hashtag Social Crafts as well. I would just love to see your crafts. It just makes me so happy when I get to see them. And then also, I love being in touch with you outside of just this video. So please follow us at Instagram, Pinterest, and Facebook. You'll find us all here, Instagram, Pinterest, and Facebook. And I just love being connected with you further than just this video. And then of course, if you loved this video, please thumbs up it. It helps me out tremendously. And also subscribe. So subscribe here. You can also ring the little bell icon, get notified of when I post new videos. And we have a lot of fun new crafts coming for you. So please subscribe, and then we will see you next time.